Hello, welcome back Sabtech Online. It's me again, Sabit Christopher, to take you through how we do grouping, that is both hiding and unhiding rows and columns. So where do we find this feature in Excel? Open your Excel, go to the data tab, scroll your eyes to the far right. We have a section where you'll find group, ungrouping, and subtotals. It may look like mine, but I hope it is there. From 2013 going onwards, you'll get these features in that section. So here, showing you my sample. This is how it looks like. So imagine you have a lot of data and you're doing a presentation. So this is the grant. If I want to break it down, these are the subtotals by the names. And when I continue the breakdown, these are by the action, then the name. Subtotals to the action, then the name. You see, this is debit credit for Rogers, and this is the total, going forward like that. It is just a summary which you can copy and paste or send to someone else, but in a summary form. Then if I want all the details, even though your table is 1,000, 10,000 rows, you'll have this done in a suitable way. So these are all the details, but we have those buttons where we can do the grouping in one step to the other. So let's hit make sure, if this is the first time to reach this channel, please go ahead and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and please leave a comment. It will take us to the next video. Now we are going to have 2 or 3 instances. We are going to begin with how do you do it manually. So to do it manually, this is my table, but when you're doing a manual breaking or grouping, you make sure that after the data you're grouping, you have a blank row. So this is what I will do. So when I select all this, then I will do, you go to data, I will lock this. You go to data, then you'll say group, and this one will be grouped. Then you continue with Arnold, you continue with Betty, select the rows, then group, then you continue with the last one, who is Enrof, and group. So it means when I click on one, you see I have now the summaries and the subtotal. When I click on 2, I do the expansion of all. So if I want to also continue doing the grouping and make sure that I have the subtotal separated from the others, I can select all that and say grouping. It will add the third button, so which means now button 1 groups everything, and I will only look at the grand totals. Then button 2, it groups only the subtotals by the name. And this is a summary which I can copy, then Ctrl G to have a special. Then here I can copy the visible cells only, and this is selected now. You can do a copy and go and paste somewhere else as values. So it becomes easy in data sharing. Now let's go to the automatic one, the auto outline. The auto outline, it has to be a tabular, and here we already have subtotals of Rogers, we have subtotal of this one. So and these subtotals, they are calculated with a formula. It means that Excel will use an AI and it will auto outline out the grouping. So the moment you click in your data and you have those subtotals which are being computed with a formula, just go to data and to grouping, then this time we do auto outline. So when I click on auto outline, it automatically does it all for me. So when I click on 1, these are totals. When I click on 2, these are subtotals. So you can also do it like that. Then we go on the third, where we have to, if we already have our data cleaned and structured into a table, we don't have the subtotals, and we need to create groupings by name, and again we shall create groupings by the actions. And another thing you should remember, this is a disclaimer, you have to make sure that this one is sorted from A up to Z. So you can always sort it A up to Z or Z up to A, such that everything is sorted for easy grouping. So when we are to group using the subtotals, click in your data. It has to be tabular in a way that there is no blank row available. So which means click anywhere in your data, come to subtotals to bring this dialog box. Subtotals, now here it says that at each change of the name, which means if we are changing from Arnold to Betty, then what should we do? Then we should use a function of sum. What are we summing? We are summing the total. That's what it means. Then here, put my summary below the data. If you don't do this, you see what it happens. It puts the summary on top of the data, which we can go with. Then here we already have, you see, that is the total. Then these are the subtotals, and this is the whole total. Now if you want further to break down by the actions, now still click in your data, go to subtotals. This time now we are grouping by action. Every time we change from Arnold credit to debit, we shall be grouping that. Then we are summing. Still we are summing the same thing. If you have another column you're summing, you can select and do the summation of that, but we shall continue with the quantity. And another thing, we are not going to replace the current subtotals. We need an addition, so I will uncheck that and OK. So here now it shows you that we have a total, we have a subtotal to Arnold, we have credit, and we have debit for Arnold, then Betty, like that. So here you see we have 4 buttons. The first button gives us the grand total, the second button gives us the breakdown by the names, and the third total gives us the breakdown by both the names and their actions, the actions you do to their accounts, credit and debit. Then the fourth one spreads out all our data. So guys, that's how we group. And if you want to do the hiding and unhiding to make sure that you share your data in the simplest way, grouping of rows and columns, please once again don't leave without subscribing. Hit that bell and give us a thumbs up if you find this one helpful, and don't forget to comment for any other video you need to create for you in the next catch up. Meet you in the next video. Bye bye.